All right. So I want to make this quick video. I'm here with Mr. Torin Velez here, one of the originals of WCS. So in general, before anything was ever named, so if you could just take out the name, the teaching is exactly the same. So basically, I could have this school called, Peter Piper School, and it's going to be teaching the exact same stuff. All right. So one of the things we were just talking about is the legs.
Yes,
So like
yes.
when do you use the legs? How do you use the legs? We know Taekwondo has legs. Muay Thai has some legs.
Okay.
We obviously know kickboxers have some legs.
Yes.
Hapkido and so on and so forth,
Right.
right? Now, one of the things is that in any art, you never discredit any art for what they do, but some arts are just known for that, and they're great and phenomenal at it. But one of the things we were talking about is the foundation of a person. What keeps a person up? So here's my upper torso, here's my lower torso. How does my upper torso stay up so I can strike and even balance on one shot? You got the answer correct. You need both your legs on the ground for stability. So good answer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show something on this wooden dummy, and then we're going to kind of like show it in practice here as best
Got
as we
it.
can.
Got it.
All
Got
right.
it.
So in the form, I'm not going to show you the form. I'm going to show you some of the kicks in the form. But let's say I'm standing here. So a typical Wing Chun stance will kind of be like this. And again, I'm not showing you any specific art. I'm showing you the type of kicks that we have. So even if I'm standing kind of like a boxer or a kickboxer, the impetus of me moving forward is the back leg. Okay. But how can I kick with the back leg if I'm using the back leg as the impetus? So I move into a new position. When this back leg propels me forward, I'm able to stomp. So this is going to move so that I can boom, bam, stomp.
And essentially, you're changing lead foot now.
Yes, exactly. So once and then anytime, good catch. Anytime, so this is my back leg. And you have to kind of think of the back leg as the general, okay? He's the boss. So he's back here, and then the front leg is the soldier, right? This is the soldier who's under the command of the back leg, the general. So the general says to the front leg, okay, I want you to move forward. And he moves forward. And he leads by example by moving first to propel his soldiers, okay? But there's going to be a time strategy wise where the general goes forward and then he passes that baton to the proverbial new general. So it's because position is important, and you're a military guy.
Yes.
So hierarchy, position.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about just physical position, but position,
Actual
hierarchy,
titles.
right? So I don't know what the rankings are.
Right. Or we'll just the seniority of it all.
Yes.
Right. So we'll just say a staff sergeant.
Okay.
Right. And then underneath him would be a sergeant, and underneath him would be a corporal, and underneath him would be private first class, and then private.
Private. Okay. So you see that hierarchy, and all of them, like a Russian doll, one of them, if not all of them, are always going to be driven from the top down. So if we have that concept, this is the general, and he tells these guys meaning my hands, my upper torso, and that lead leg. Okay, so I move, and he's the one who was the catalyst for that movement. And then he says, okay, here's the game plan. So like if you read the book of Sun Tzu, so sometimes the general has to kind of like step ahead. He has to get a new position, and he's putting himself forward. And he knows that this position, when he shifts, he has to, for the sake of making sure that militarily everybody is kept safe, he passes the baton. And so now it doesn't matter. Once this leg, boom, is forward, this back leg is the new one in charge. So you got to look at the back leg as always in the hierarchical system as the boss. Okay, so all
in
that
combatives,
in combatives,
right?
yes.
So always using that back leg to propel, and always using it to get away,
yes,
and always using it, passing the baton when we're switching from southpaw to orthodox.
Exactly. So historically, if my back leg is so if I'm in an orthodox stance, so my back leg is going to help make this tool, for example, super powerful, because the angle. So if I were to punch, boom, and I'm sitting on there, I mean, you can't probably see it from there, but from this fist, if you can draw a line down to a 45-degree angle, that's where my back leg will be. And that angle, boom, is what makes this strong. The closer I put my legs together, so you see, together, the weaker this is. Pull me in. Whoa! Right? Because I don't have that balance. So that makes sense. I know that you guys know that this is common sense stuff. But when you are switching, so let's say I'm here and he starts chopping up my leg. Bam! He starts chopping up my leg. Oh gosh, and this is killing me. Well, guess what? A game plan has to be in order here. Okay? So he starts and he's doing bam. So I need to do something. So I might just very well from there switch. Okay, so now he's the boss. And now you see this is an open stance. He's fighting orthodox and I'm fighting southpaw. So now I'm here and now this is my power hand because this back leg is propelling this at an angle. So I belabored the point, but it's good that you see it so that you understand when we talk about, when you look at this on a dummy, on a wooden dummy, for example, we don't actually get to see some of the beauty behind it because this is an inanimate object. So I'm here, I propel forward, which snaps that front leg to boom, and I can throw this front kick straight down the pipe, right to his hip. Bam! I can throw it where his lead leg, so this represents his lead leg, that knee, and I can stomp it. Let's say I stomped, whoa, he gets hurt, but he throws a punch, whoa, bam, and then I can hit there. I tripped there for a second, so bam, and whoa, boom. And then he's throwing something and I get out of there. Whoa, whoa, close that gap. So if you notice the explosion from here to mid to close has to be just that. It has to be an explosion.
Intentful.
Yes, exactly.
Very intentful. As soon as you plant that foot on the ground, boom, take off.
Touch and go. You think you can do it?
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I want you to. Oh, do it to me. Do it to me.
Do the.
So take that front leg, and then.
Or is it this one?
So front leg,
and then go side.
And then go side.
Gotcha.
So I'm here. So you went here. Boom. You hyperextended that.
Boom.
Whoa, and that. And then I try to throw. Blah. And you can finish it off by stepping, doing the bam, and shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go this way. Do the exact same thing.
All right, so I start off. Boom.
Stop. Oh, wait, we can't see it.
Boom. Okay. Back here.
Yeah, sheesh. Just be careful.
Oh, yeah. I got it. So
slow motion.
Push.
Boom. Ooh, that hurt. Hyperextension.
Right?
This guy's trying to kill me. Whoa.
Fingers there and side kick.
Bam. Okay? So now you're wondering, is this guy really going to stay there? Now, this is a good question. And it's something that most martial arts have to struggle with, especially when you're teaching. But the reality is, do it semi-real.
Okay.
I want you to know, the first one is kind of a stop.
Right.
Now, by the time I react, because he kept that foot in the air, the second one is to hyperextend that knee.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm scared and I'm hurt. I just throw whatever comes natural and look at this finger by my eye. So now this is going to buy him space and time for that shot. All right. So if you notice, 3 shots happen to one leg. So that's like a bombardment. And he had to do that based on the range so he can get into a new position for that final bam, breaking that shot down. So we'll do it a little snappy. So I just want you to see. He comes in, boom, and then whoa, and I snap, boom, bam, boom. Okay? So if you look at all of that, the second shot out of all this was the most dangerous. Okay?
Definitely.
Because the first shot in slow motion, the first shot stopped me. So I'm here, boom, snap.
But I never put it down.
But I never put it down. So now the second one, because I go in,
power
snaps at my leg. All right? And so, like I said, I'm
shot. Here, one more time, stomp with the back leg and take out that front one.
Okay? So by this time, both of my legs are equal, 50-50. So in our art, we have 70-30, meaning 70 is mostly the back leg, which I've already alluded to, and 30 is the front leg, meaning it's alive, but it has a little bit more flexibility. But this one is where a lot of the angles are going to pivot off of. But if he takes that away, so the first one, when I step, he stops me. Okay, I don't like that. So I'm going to try to do something, but this happens quick, and now this one hyperextends me. So I want to punch it, but look at my legs. Oh, are now separate from each other. Bam. And this is the difference between using beautiful kicks, beautiful, you can do spinning kicks, nice side kicks, you can do nice teep kicks, and the kicks themselves are beautiful, but nothing fully works without strategy. I've seen a lot of people with some fantastic legs and fantastic hands all together, but because they don't have a strategy, and more importantly, a contingency for that strategy, you can plan to go to point A, nice. But what happens if you do make it to point A? Do you have a
met
B,
with
C?
something?
Exactly. Or a void of something. So I'm going to punch you, you
and
move out there. Oh, snap.
Right.
I better have a contingency.
Right. I say that a lot, Steve. I say, what is your recovery? Right?
Yes, yes.
And I always say it's okay to miss as long as you have great balance, great positioning, yes. Because like you said, the 70-30 is so important, yes. Right? That once you're off balance, if that 70-30 isn't there, the time that it takes to recover is so much more significant than it would be if you maintain the weight on the back leg. Right?
Exactly.
So I always say it's okay to miss. How do you recover?
Exactly. Because that's real life. You know, I'm gonna get the nice suit, I'm gonna dress up, I'm gonna put the clown tie, and I'm gonna comb my hair real nice. Well, not me, but most people will comb their hair. And they go for the interview. Okay, nice. You went for the interview. This is the job of your life. This is what you wanted. And they don't accept you. So do you just stop there? You have to have contingency. You have to have a plan B, a plan C. Now, I've been one guy I've always said, you should only have one plan. That's your plan A. But that is an overarching plan A, meaning I have one direction where I'm going. But then there are a lot of subsets. So when I say plan B, C, D, and all that, these are subsets. These fall under the umbrella of in this case, the objective of fighting, to hurt, to stop, to maim. These things are the ABCs. But I have one plan, and it's always going to be the same. If I'm fighting this guy, my one plan is to hurt this guy with every fiber of my being and make sure he's completely annihilated, just short of death, obviously, and that I can survive and go home to my family. That is the one primary, always straight up objective. But like I said, when I say 1, 2, 3, maybe we should call it ABC, where I do have contingencies until that overarching objective is met. Okay. One last little thing with regards to the footwork. So I might be this cool boxer dude, and all he's going to do, he's going to slip, but more than just slip, he's going to occupy this space at an angle, okay? Now, I don't know because I'm cool Joe, and I try to throw a jab, and he comes in, whoa! Now, I want you to, if you can really see this knee, his knee, purposely and purposefully collapsed and collided into my knee. Now, I was just being cool Joe Schmo, and I come in, boom! Okay? He purposely positioned himself at that moment to crush my kneecap, which is similar to what we just did with regard to the hyperextension of that knee. And these are some of the things, see, it doesn't matter. It doesn't look pretty. It doesn't look like gorgeous roundhouse kicks. It doesn't look like a lot of that stuff. But what it does is it takes care of the work. It takes care of the job. So it doesn't matter if you go to Home Depot and get the ugliest 12-pound hammer or if you get the prettiest 12-pound hammer. They're 12-pound hammers and they're going to do the job. And sometimes one looks not refined as far as beauty is concerned, the way we see it objectively and subjectively. And then another one is not so refined or refined in that it does the job. And that's ultimately what I'm concerned about, is getting the job done. We can make this thing look pretty, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather it be effective and have that supersede pretty. So anyway, we're always just chatting. We're going to have way more videos as the week goes by here, as the weeks and months go by here. But if you're ever in Ocala, of course, make sure you come here I do have an announcement coming soon. Okay, so I don't want to relegate what we do specifically to one particular art. And again, I'll have more information coming out on that. But the bottom line is, you can call this Joe Schmo Schmooshy, and no matter what you call it, it's going to be the same concept of everything I've been teaching for over 30 years and something I've been doing for almost 50 years. All right. So that's all we got here. If you want to reach out to her, give your Instagram.
You can reach me
And
at
TikTok.
Wing Chun Science _24, or on TikTok at Coach Tsunami. And on YouTube, it's the same, Coach Tsunami. And if you just follow me, you'll see all my Sifu stuff at Wing Chun Science as well.
All right. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. Feel free to write to us, DM, the whole nine. And you can go to the website too, and I'll put that in the link down below. All right. Peace.
But